Hey, what's up everybody? Kevin here with Mix Coach. Today, I'm just going to play around with a couple of channel strips and a compressor for acoustic guitar. Acoustic guitar is one of those things that lays in the mix the way it should most of the time. Sometimes you just want to embellish it a little bit, and I'm going to do that with two different plugins. One is the Lindell 80 series plugin, plugin that honestly I haven't messed with that much, and I'll tell you why in just a minute. And another one is another plugin that I'm sort of used to, but it's a newer version of the SSL channel strip, EV2. So it's the E-Channel version 2. It's got a few extra little features in it. We're going to cover both of those today. Okay, so without further ado, this is a song that we've got on Mix Coach Member. A friend of mine, John, we produced this song for. And great guitar playing, great acoustic guitar playing on it. So there's nothing wrong with the acoustic. It's just I just want you to hear the difference between the two compressors, okay? Before we get started, I want you to know that I've got a free resource for you if you would like it. It is the 7 building blocks for a better mix. It's 7, I feel like, game-changing tips that you need to know so you can move to the next level on your mixing. This is the 80 series. I've got friends that are raving about this thing, and I can see why. This is a beautiful emulation of a 1073/1084. Let's listen a little bit of it. This is what we're doing here. And let's just for right now, let's just solo it. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is I want to mess with the compression just a little bit. I usually like low ratios. I'm going to start there, and then let's see what we got. We're going to 100% wet, and then I may mess with the recovery time to be a little faster because I tend to like faster recoveries. To me, fast recovery equals attitude. Slow recovery is more transparent. Fast recovery tends to be more in your face and obviously compressed. So let's take it over the line just one time, and then let's see how far we need to come back. Now with that fast on there, I'm starting to hear that little thing that would bite through the track a little bit more. So what you're seeing me do in the corner there is you may be able to see that I'm checking and unchecking this, which is basically bypassing the whole plugin. And you can start to hear where this character of this plugin starts to come into play. It makes it, I don't know, it's hard to describe. It just makes it more in your face, more obvious that it's playing. It's off. Now keep in mind there's no EQ on this yet. I haven't added any EQ. It may be colored by the modeling of this, but there's no EQ on it yet, but it feels brighter. Okay, so I like that. Real fast recovery. The fast attack is on. I'm not going to turn the nuke on because I think that makes it really loud. Okay, now let's listen to see if we need any EQ now. Not a ton of difference there, although it's a nice little sheen on the top at 4.8K. Let me mess with the filters just a little bit. At 360, it's really thin. I'm not going to aggressively filter this. Between 70 and 45 seems to be like a good place to do this. And I'm going to do another experiment where I'm going to take some of the top end off. So this is the low pass filter here. Okay, so I just took a little bit off at 18. I'm not aggressively filtering, but a lot of times there's some air conditioner noise that needs to be filtered out, and sometimes there's just some sheen that you don't really need on the track. So let's unsolo this and see how it's fitting in with the track. Just that amount of processing, you can tell that when I bypass it, it seems to get sucked back into the track a little bit. You can actually hear it a little bit more here, and nothing else on the track is really EQ'd at all. So, take that for what it's worth. But you can actually hear when I put this on, as little as we've done to it, it seems to come out a little bit. This is kind of a cool thing. So I'm going to start with it off and then turn it on. Okay, so I like it. That's probably what I would do, is use this. Just a couple little things about this plugin that you need to know. When you hit the 84 button, it models the 1084, which I think adds, I'm not exactly sure, it seems like it adds a Q for the high mids, and it adds another filter. Maybe, I don't know exactly the differences between the 84 and the 1073. Because I never got to use them that much, so I never got to buy any, so I never studied that much about it. But the 84, suffice it to say, has a little bit more control. So now I'm going to bypass this, and then we're going to go over here to the SSL. I'm going to do a full reset here on the SSL, and you'll probably see familiar stuff for me. The only difference between this SSL channel strip and the one that I normally use, there's two different kinds of EQs. There's the black knob and the brown knob. I think the one I use is the black knob, mostly on the SSL channel strip. There's a speaker button right here where you can actually hear exactly what you're EQing. So if you move the top shelf up or something, you can actually hear just that. If you remember me doing the MPC channel strip from Harrison last week, it actually does that too. You can actually take a sneak peek of what you're doing. It's really helpful. I like that. So I'm going to have it turned off for now, and then let's see. So you've got the two different EQ types. Everything's laid out a little bit differently. There's some things in the width of it that probably not going to use. What I'm going to use this for is just to compare it and see which one we like the most. So this is the full reset. I'm going to take the EQ before the compressor, and I'm going to split the filters just like you do in the Instant Awesome, and then let's go from there. That's the thing, it gets on my nerves, it goes away. So I'm going to turn that off. And then here's without it. So all I've done is really done the Instant Awesome compressor, turn the attack and release, or the slower attack, faster release, And then I'm going to bypass the gate because I'm not even using that. And then I filtered a little of the low end out, and I took just a tiny bit of sheen off the top and added a little bit of, let's see, what is that, 3K shelf up to the top of that. And so let's take a listen to that. This is with it. So it seems to be poking through a little bit more. So I'm going to unsolo it, listen to the track, and then we'll compare the two. This is with it. So it seems to be popping through the track in a lot of the same ways that the other one was, but I'm doing different, almost different things to it. So let's do this now. Let's put them both back in. Let's listen to the SSL and the Lindell. Lindell. SSL. Might be better if we soloed it. So let's just do that. So we'll start with the Lindell turned on, and we'll just listen. Use our ears. SSL. No EQ, compression, or anything. Lindell. No EQ. SSL. So, I mean, they're different, and they're both good, I feel like. So this would be one of those things where I might just use them both and switch between them. What I discovered from this is that if you can make just about any channel strip sound pretty good if you have a systematic approach to it and you know what you want to hear. And in acoustic guitars, sometimes I just want to hear a little bit more top end without too much sheen on the top to make it too picky, I guess. And then just a little subtle hints of compression here and there. Nothing on this kind of music, just a strummy sort of music, nothing really that is going to grab your ear. But the little bits of compressions that are stacked up tend to make the acoustic guitar sit just a little bit forward in the mix. So we covered the Lindell 80 channel, which I think is a great channel. I will learn to use it a little bit better with the interface that I have with my mouse, and of course the first cousin to my favorite standby, the SSL channel strip, the EV2, and then also the CLA 2A. Pick whichever ones you want to make your acoustic guitar stick out in the mix, but that's how I do it. Hopefully it's helpful. Don't forget the resource that I've got for you over at Mixcoach. Just go to mixcoach.com/building-blocks. The link is in the description. I will see you next week. Bye.